to my channel. Unless you're new here, then my name is Miranda and welcome to Running on Plants. Today is Vlogmas day 2 and I thought I would just bring you a what I eat in a day. I am a high starch, low fat, no oil vegan. I do mostly whole food plant-based, but I do sprinkle in a couple of goodies here or there, and I thought I would just show you a what I eat in a day. But this one's gonna be really special. It has a little bit of a spin on it, because I should be at the grocery store right now. I should be stocking up for the week ahead, but I kind of have been really inspired by what I've been watching on YouTube, friends of mine, and my sister as well, and I decided to do a use it up pantry day and only use what I have on hand. Now for me personally, I don't keep a lot of stock because I live in a small apartment, so I just have a tiny little kitchen. I don't even actually have a real pantry, so I just have my fridge, my freezer, and then my cupboard, so I don't keep a lot on hand. I tend to go to the grocery store every week and stock up and just buy enough to last for about 7 days, but I have a couple things left over, so I thought, you know what, today I can be a little bit creative and challenge myself to just use what I have on hand, because I know I have enough to make meals. They might not be the best meals, they might not have the most vegetables, but I know I have enough on hand to kind of fill the holes. So instead of going to the grocery store, I'm challenging myself to only use what I have in my pantry, fridge, and freezer. Now for breakfast and lunch, I only have to cook for myself, but tonight for dinner, I'm cooking for my husband as well. He is not vegan. He does enjoy a lot of plant-based meals with me, and that I will make for both of us to share. So we'll catch him off guard and I'll ask him what he thinks of today's dinner recipe when it comes to dinner time. But I want to share with you my single inspiration when it comes to today's video. This single box of pasta that is marked 25 cents was actually the inspiration, because I was watching my friend Mindy's use it at pantry haul and I was like, man, she has so much on hand. How inspiring. That is so cool. I've done one of those challenges before, but with me changing how we do our groceries and how I just buy enough to kind of last for 7 days, I don't have that much on hand. But about 2 weeks ago, I found the clearance spot over at Smith's Groceries and I found this pasta for 25 cents. And I have to be honest with you, it's not expired. There's nothing wrong with it other than the package being dented. This actually doesn't expire until next September of 2021. So for whatever reason, this was 25 cents and this was the single sole inspiration of today's video. And this is going to be our dinner. Let me take you through what I'm eating today and I'll kind of share with you some new recipe ideas. These will be ideas that you guys can recreate at home. Just because I'm kind of using bits and pieces of my pantry, fridge, and freezer doesn't mean you can't recreate these recipes. And I have a couple really good ideas, so you're going to love them. But first, let me take you through a little bit of my morning where I had some tea and I made my breakfast, and then I'll share with you lunch and dinner as well. Good morning. Dreams don't work unless you do. I love this mug. It's just a fun mug and I love this tea. I put up a Trader Joe's favorites yesterday, so if you haven't seen it, check it above. I am working on some Vlogmas because that's what I'm going to be doing all month to get up 25 videos in 25 days. But you guys, this tea is so good. It's a cinnamon, orange, ginger. Oh, it's so good. I bought 5 boxes of this because I'm obsessed. All right, so now I'm gonna hunt down some items to put together for breakfast, and this actually, the idea came from a couple of different subscribers. I typically do sweet grits, so if you are new around here, I like my oatmeal to be with fruit, I like my grits to be with fruit. I think I've had it savory 1 or 2 times, but I had an entire box of grits hiding, and I have some balsamic vinegar, and I kind of know in the back of my head what's in my cupboard. Just things are in random spots. I think that just happens with apartment living. Like, you don't really have a specific spot unless you have an actual pantry. We do not, and that is okay. We make things work. So a lot of you have told me to do an onion, mushroom balsamic with a little bit of hot sauce. So that is what I'm doing. So I'm grabbing an onion out. If you can see that, my fridge is extremely bare. You'll see it again here in the dinner side of the video. And some hot sauce. And I'm going to put this together. Again, normally I do sweet grits, but this sounded really good. And I feel like this is something that a lot of times are pantry staples, so any of you could whip this up. For the onion, I did decide to use the whole onion because I'm going to use half for my lunch this day. I do have some brown rice prepped and I have some beans that I can use. So you'll see what I'm having for lunch in a little bit. But I got my onions in a pan with some water, and then I add the balsamic, and then I just let it reduce. The grits are really easy. I just follow the package instructions. As you can see, the balsamic is reducing and it just creates so much flavor with the onions. And here we go. I have a big bowl of grits with some onions. And like I said, I'm saving half of that for lunch, half of the onions for lunch, and then I'm just gonna put some hot sauce on here. But thank you guys so much for recommending that I try this. I can only imagine it would taste so much better with mushrooms because I personally love mushrooms. So thank you. As you guys can see, I do take your recommendations very seriously, and I do try the things that you guys tell me to because I know you guys are never wrong. This was a delicious meal, and I will definitely be having this again. Today's lunch was so simple and easy. It was basically me taking out some like leftovers out of the fridge and making a meal. So I had some salsa that I wanted to use up, some rice from the Instant Pot the night before, some refried beans, and then I threw some broccoli into the air fryer, and air fried broccoli is my favorite. This actually just has a little bit of sea salt and some French fry seasoning on it, but it's crispy, it's delicious. And then I just have about 2 cups of rice, some refried beans, those onions, and some salsa, and this was the perfect midday lunch. Okay, like I said, this is what inspired this entire video. And like I said, this is also not expired. It doesn't expire until September of 2021. So let's find something in my freezer to go along with this pasta. Okay, first of all, I have barely anything in my fridge and freezer, but I know I have a bit. So I freeze beans in like portions instead of in large like Tupperwares for a couple reasons. One, I need to get smaller Tupperwares, which then I need to get smaller Tupperwares, but the main reason is so I can pull out portions. Like this is a single portion, this is a triple portion, so I can use them this way. I've actually had a couple of you comment and say that you do the same thing and gave me the idea to do this a long time ago. But I have some lentils that are left over from an Instant Pot recipe that I did. So this is going with the pasta. It needs to be unthawed, so I'm taking it out early. I know this is canned tomatoes that I did not use the whole can for a recipe. So these will also unthaw and go with this recipe. Inspiration that you always have something on hand to make. I promise you. It might be the most random meal, but you'll always have something on hand. I also always keep like little tiny bits of tomato paste that I don't always use the whole can because it's very concentrated. So this will add some nice flavor. See, we're building a meal here, guys. This is all inspired, and I don't have very much in my fridge, freezer, and pantry. So if I can make a meal work with like how much I have, I feel like anybody can do it. I know I have some onion that I will put with this. I have these jalapeños, that with this as well. Add some spice and some flavor. Onion always adds a nice amount of flavor. This is about a quarter of an onion. That'll be perfect. So what else can we find? I found this. Yes, my husband keeps his sauces even when he gets some to-go food. These are really old, I feel like, but we keep all of our condiments. As you can see, we have a lot going on here. But I have this, and this will add a lot of flavor on top of all of that. Also, we need some kind of vegetable. So I have a couple of cans of green beans, and that will be the vegetable for this meal. Okay, this looks good. I'm going to cook this up tonight. I'm gonna let this stuff thaw that needs to thaw. Everything else is gonna kind of go back in the fridge. When I get cooking, I will show you what I'm gonna whip up real quick. Okay, on to dinner this evening. So the first thing I did is get a pot on the stove and put it on about medium heat, and then I added everything that had defrosted. So I added the tomatoes, the tomato paste, the lentils, and I just brought this to like a nice simmer to get a lot of flavors in. I almost forgot to put in the onion and the jalapeno. I was like looking at this once it kind of got it put together, and I was like, what have I forgotten? And then I was like, oh yeah, the onion and jalapeno, which I will say added so much depth of flavor. I feel like you can do that with onion and garlic and jalapeno if you like those flavors, obviously, but I pretty much add onions to everything. I did want to talk really quickly about this being, low calorie density meals for weight loss. If you guys are new here, I am maintaining a 40-pound weight loss on a high starch, low fat, no oil diet. And I don't count calories. I don't count macros. I don't track my food in any way. I literally just eat to satisfaction. And so if I make this large dinner and it serves, I think with the pasta, it would assumedly serve 6 people. But if I'm hungry and my husband's hungry, we might eat the whole pot between the two of us. I have not noticed weight gain. I have not noticed any kind of dissatisfaction with when it comes to hunger, because I eat based off of feeling. And this is different every single day. I can't give you an actual oh, I ate this much on this day and I ate, a little less on another day. It really is kind of based on how I feel. And some days I eat a lot more and some days I eat a lot less. I think it, kind of depends on my sleep or my stress level or how much I worked that day or how many steps I got in or how hard I ran or how many miles I ran. But I have been maintaining a 40-pound weight loss since January of 2020, and I did not go plant-based until February of 2020. If you are someone who is in a weight loss mode, if you are looking to lose weight, I highly recommend looking into the starch solution, How Not to Die, low calorie density meals for weight loss, because you can eat the exact same way that I do. Your portion just might be a little bit smaller, or maybe it'll be a little bit bigger. It's again dependent on your needs, your body's needs, your genetic needs. But I would highly recommend looking into it. You can have so much more food, volume wise, than you can, I feel when you eat more of a traditional calorie plan or macro plan. And it's really nice and freeing to not track your food. Again, I just eat on feel, and I know a lot of other YouTubers say the same thing. Is some days I just really feel like pasta, and then I'll go multiple days and just really want rice or potatoes. But it's really nice knowing that I can eat as much as I want or as little as I want. I can maintain my weight loss. I can stay fit. I can stay energized. I can stay lean. And it's truly a very freeing feeling. So if you have any questions, you can leave them down below for me. I'm not a professional by any means. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a registered dietitian. I'm just a girl sharing what works for her on the internet. So here is the finished meal. I did add a little bit more water when I threw in the pasta. I forgot to show that, but I will leave a recipe down for this below. Like I said, this would typically feed about 6 people. I did have 2 platefuls on this day because I did run 7 miles, and this was so good. If your family likes hamburger, I would actually sneak in the lentils and take out the hamburger and see if they even notice, because this was divine. I think your whole family will love this. Hey, tell me what you thought of last night's dinner. The pasta with the lentils, tomato sauce, onions, jalapenos.
Nope.
Please, the people want to know.
Marcus, should I tell the people? Should I tell the people what they want to know? No?
He's saying yes.
Fine. It was good.
For everybody who's ever wondering, Marcus is Joe's dog. He is so loyal to Joe. I am not even here when Joe is home. That's it. That's all I gotta say. It's good. You have no other review?
No.
I didn't buy any groceries this week, so this is just what I found in the pantry dinner. So.
All right, so it was a pasta, green bean, onion sauce mix. Pasta was very, people are gonna hate this, moist. I like that it has some moisture to it. You have dry pasta sometimes, it's not very good, so I like the moisture. I could have used a little bit more sauce because I'm a big sauce guy, but the flavors from the green beans and the onions were very complimentary to the pasta.
Did you taste any of the jalapenos? Because I added a couple jalapenos, but I feel like me personally didn't have enough heat.
Not enough for me. You say that and I could probably pick it out, but I'm a big spice guy, so I need some more spices as well. So a little bit more spices, a little bit more sauce. And again, I'm not vegan, so a little bit more meat always goes a long way for me, but It was good, very satisfactory. I would eat it again.
Okay, can you rate it for me real quick?
I would say on my list, I would put it an 8 out of 10.
Oh wow, that's a lot higher than I was thinking you would give it.
I would say probably an 8. I'm not being generous just because she's my wife and she cooks for me and she can poison my food at any time. I'm just saying that it's an 8 out of 10.
Well, thank you, babe. Thank you for your review.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you give it a big thumbs up. You subscribe if you're not already. Stick around here on my channel. I share a lot of things when it comes to whole food plant-based cooking, how to cook for a family, extreme budget, grocery hauls, and meal ideas, but basically how to fit nutritious meals into any budget. Even if you are not vegan, maybe you're just looking for some plant-based meals, I hope to help you out. So thank you so much for watching today's video. Tomorrow's Vlogmas video will be going live at 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so stay tuned. I have another fun video in store for tomorrow. Have an awesome day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.